Hi, Nick Saviano here. I get asked a lot about the player-coach relationship and what are the keys to that. Now, that's a huge subject that I could speak for hours on, and there's so many different components to it, so many different stages of development of players, whether they're at the beginning stage or more advanced in the junior stage or at the world-class level. But there's one particular word that really jumps out at me above everything else, and the word is trust. And with young people, and I often work with young people most of the time with kids that are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, the word trust, I actually call it a sacred trust, because when those young people are looking up to you and they're looking for guidance and for your knowledge and to help them achieve their dreams, that's a very, very significant responsibility which cannot be taken lightly. It's also a sacred trust to the parents because they entrust you with their precious child. So whenever a coach is engaged in working with young people, whether it be in tennis or in any field, and that's applicable in the educational field as well, there is a much higher responsibility to analyze and evaluate everything you do so that it is done with the best intentions for that young person who is so impressionable, it's so vulnerable in a lot of different ways. When you're talking about a player-coach relationship at the professional level, the word trust still is at the center of a good relationship, because even when you're working with a top world-class player, they have to trust you. They're vulnerable many times as they confide in you some of their hopes, their dreams, some of their fears, some of the difficulties that they're going through. And with any great player-coach relationship, there has to be a bond, and that bond starts and ends with trust. And from there, each coach has many other responsibilities. But if you honor that sacred trust with the young ones and the same type of thing with a young professional, you're going to be in good shape, because that means you yourself are going to conduct yourself in a highly professional way. You're always going to look to aspire to do what is best for the athletes you're working with, and it will create a win-win situation, which is ultimately what you want in any player-coach relationship. So, as I said, could speak for hours on this topic, but when you've got trust and you honor that, and it's a sacred trust when you're working with the young people, and it's applicable, a sacred trust, even if you're working with a young professional. So when you have your relationship based on that, a lot of good things are going to happen. And as a parent, as a player, you look for people that you can trust, and you'll be in good shape. Nick Saviano, all the best.